Ye apologizes to the black community and then compared himself to George Floyd. His apology comes after rapper Boosie Badass called him out for first apologizing to the Jewish community, but not the black community. This nigga gonna apologize to the Jewish community, but don't say shit to the black community, Boosie said, as reported by Baller Alert. Okay, in a new video of the artist reportedly taken in Los Angeles, Ye made an address, okay, and he addressed his latest controversial statements to the mobile paparazzi.
To the not so paparazzi?
not so paparazzi? Well, that's not in the article. All right. So, and he, in the fallout of which has been brutal for him, is what he said, and he was quoted as saying he had experiences where he felt like he was being teamed up on, and he didn't realize that the terms that he said were anti-Semitic. He had to Google up the definition.
The what?
The definition.
All right.
He had to look it up.
Let's go there for a second. Now, he said he thought, well, most people think being anti-Semitic is to say something derogatory, disrespectful toward that particular group of people.
Correct.
But he said upon that Google, what did it go? Break it down to me.
The anti-Semitic was even the mentioning of their employment, occupation, anything, just the mere bringing up of is anti-Semitic. I'm gonna Google it
and see what it is
while we're in here, so that y'all can get a full definition. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves.
Doesn't it kind of bother you though? I'm talking about those of us who are melanated, that we can be called N-words. We can be, it can be things said about us if, we do things as a collective or together, and it's just all of us together. They consider us mobs or, not doing things, right. But if you say anything collective as far as we're concerned, nobody's getting canceled, and there's no word for it for us in the dictionary other than I know the mob.
That's your fault. That's her fault, my fault. We don't hold nobody to change. We say, oh, it's okay. We don't charge people for disrespecting the fuck out of us. We just don't.
If they put it in the music, they buy it.
Even on top of that.
Yeah, but
because we know we're not buying music. We're downloading. We know they're buying it at that point. But I'm saying the reason why he can't get that off is they unified and saying we don't play that shit.
Right.
Okay, we're not saying that.
I would like to insert here, though, it does say feeling or showing hostility towards or discrimination against Jews as a cultural, racial, or ethnic group. I don't know what definition. This is Merriam-Webster.
It's a bunch of other ones.
There's a plethora, an assortment, if you will, of other dictionary sources, meaning conglomerations put into a book. But I don't see where you could it's just the mere mentioning of an occupation or what have you is anti-Semitic. But that's what he said that he found out.
He was reading it on Google. It's on the website that he was saying it. And with him saying, he said, I didn't realize I was saying something anti-Semitic by bringing up how they get money. He says, according to this particular definition, it says when you bring up basically their money situation and how they get money and how they came up, it's being anti-Semitic. He said it sounded like a lawyer's contract. The definition sounded like a lawyer's contract. So I didn't know if he was being sarcastic or not, but the point was made, and I took it, is if he say anything about how they get their money, it's anti-Semitic. And he said, for that, I didn't know. And for that, I guess I was being anti-Semitic and I didn't know. So I apologize for that, for mere saying that. But he also said, for a fact, I do know a bunch of them that owns and operate or control the media, record labels, and everything. So He says, I guess he have to be anti-Semitic. He apologized for it. What do you think about that, Char?
I'm just still baffled. I'm gonna be honest. When all of this was coming up, and then after he said it, and then you and I were talking about it, I had to go and look it up myself, and I was trying to look up and see, where's the word for me? I'm just being honest, and I got angry.
It's called don't say if you're not black, don't say nigga.
But
that's your outrage. That's your community outrage is the use of the word nigga. Yeah, and they can say everything about you. The so-called whoever that governs this music industry and entertainment daily are paying you because these people are getting signed and they putting those records out. They're not going to hell. They won't let these same rappers say anything about them, but they'll let them say about you.
Yes, and then also the only thing that just kept coming up is the word mob, and I just know the first time I was really paid attention to the word mob is when they came up with the stuff after Nat Turner and them did what they did, and they came up with all these different things with the policing of us and anything that we do together.
So what?
It's we're just mobs. We can't own businesses. We can't do it because when we do pull together and do those type of things or whatever, they drop bombs on the communities that
Black
we do.
Wall Street.
So I guess, and I'm like, okay, so you have another group of people that they didn't got together, doing their thing, how they, bringing their community up, and they also got it to in the dictionary where you look it up, you can't say nothing because if you do, it's this towards to them, and it's like you going down.
Before we move on, I just want to go to the IHRA, which is the International Holocaust Remembrance Association, right? So I figured if I really want to know what anti-Semitism is, maybe this might be a good place to reference it. This says, and I quote, "Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred towards Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed towards Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, towards Jewish communities, institutions, and religious facilities." So
that's a broad. That's what he was saying. That's a broad statement. It says and or their property. You can't even speak about their property. That's their profits. That's their practices.
But I thought
and that'll be anti-Semitic.
Yeah, but it's saying if you're being like what is it, hateful towards them or being and in my humble opinion, I didn't take it that's
what he was doing. Read it again.
I did not take it that's what he was doing.
And anti-Semitism is a certain percent. No, wait a minute. I just want to say they also they decide this was adopted as the definition as in May of 2016.
And who adopted it? And who adopted
this
it?
is the IHRA, so the International Holocaust Remembrance Association. Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred towards Jews. Rhetorical and physical
That's to keep saying it over and over.
And physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed towards Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, towards Jewish community institutions and religious facilities.
They're a place of worship, they're a place of business, and so they covered and they adopted that themselves. Okay, so I'm not mad at that. I'm saying we need to do that as well. Don't just cover the N-word and say you can't say that. Okay, Kanye West, like they've been saying,
exactly.
He's been saying a bunch of stuff about us, and hell, I'm about to go there. I don't know if this is off topic, but you'll let me know. Like some of the people who's saying we disassociating ourselves from Kanye West because of anti-Semitic comments, right? Or the reason why I'm having an issue with that is these are black people. They're not saying we're going to disassociate ourselves from his terrible blunder. Okay, by making these comments against these people, they're against our people. He's saying it about their people. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
The black people are upset not because he's shitting on the damn family, George Floyd's family, and nothing like that. They're upset and they pull in their resources, their connection, and anything, their sponsorships and everything from this brother, as if he's only talking about Jews. And that's, to be honest, I think that's the only thing our people are pressed about. What are we about to talk about now? Are we about to go into the next one?
But I do want to note that Ye was quoted as saying, this is, I believe, is on Drink Champs, right? It's when he made a statement, "I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me." Now, after the company dropped him, Adidas said that it owns Yeezy design rights and announced plans to cease production of Yeezy products. It's an article, probably want to read it. We're moving on.
Before we move on, let me let you guys know, listen, man, if you're trying to promote you and your style, please give us a call at area code 330-937-2632. That number again is 330-937-2632. If you're trying to promote your style, you're trying to put your face in the place, position your condition, okay? That's a new one. Please give us a call. Shar Johnson, what you got coming up?
All right. On to the next topic. Unfortunately, I'm the bearer of the bad news. Migos rapper Takeoff has been fatally shot over a dice game in Houston.
Wow.
According to multiple reports, the incident occurred outside a bowling alley called 810 Billiards and Bowling at 2:30 a.m. on October the 31st.
Wow.
Graphic photos from the scene are posted online, and it shows Takeoff, 28 years old, real name Kershnick Kari Ball, lying dead on the floor with a puddle of blood next to his head.
Man.
Witnesses and law enforcement sources told TMC that Takeoff and fellow Migos member Quavo were both playing dice before the shooting. A fight broke out, and Takeoff was fatally shot when a person opened fire. At this time, it remains unclear if he was shot in the head or near his head. Takeoff was pronounced dead on the scene.
Man, oh man, oh man! You know this news right here. Every time this come across, it's kind of crazy. It's like I don't know, man. But of course, we wanted to wait a little bit to get all the particulars to come out instead of just running to report. Because we seen it all on social media for a day or so, and I wanted to just let the news officially come out. And it's a lot of stuff that's coming out, official and unofficial. I'm hearing stuff from. It was not over a dice game. It was over previous altercations and situations that happened before they even got to the bowling alley, apparently. So this is considered part 2. Then I heard stories where the brothers, Quavo and Takeoff, was trying to mediate a beef between both camps. Then you hear stories about maybe one camp that's around Jazz Prince, who is the Houston representative, if you will, while they down there. You hear stories that his crew is the only people that had guns, and they say he usually rolled like that, man. So I'm just giving you some of the stuff that I've heard and seen online. But the ultimate part is this is a sad situation, man. This is sad. We can say a lot of different things. The most popular thing that everybody's saying is, why is he out there playing dice in a dice game? I mean, why is he even, they even in that type of vibe to some of these stories to be coming out? Why put yourself in that situation? Well, a lot of people say, you're going to do what you're going to do. I heard people say that, if you in the rap game, you in the rap game. Now, I hate that term, rap game. This is not a game. I hate that. This is music business. What we're doing is, that's not rap game. That's nigga shit. Okay? That's what we doing. One-dimensional stuff that, we killing each other and stuff. Pre-programming. And we pre-program to do foolish stuff like this, man. So, big ups to the family, man. Big ups to all his loved ones and his fans. We urge you guys to go to akronhiphop.com and check out some of the videos that we've taken offline. Russell Simmons said some dynamic stuff. So we got his video on there. We got Willie D on there. We got a lot of different takes of words of encouragement, words of wisdom, so to help the community go through this thing. Again, my man Takeoff no longer with us at 28.
All right. So we'll move on. No goodwill for Ye.
Say what?
There is no goodwill for Ye. Speaking of goodwill, if you have it in your heart, clicking the like, smashing the share button, and subscribe. Okay, so there's no goodwill for Ye. The thrift stores, they getting choosy. They said they're gonna remove and no longer accept any Yeezy products. Boy, the workers that find me working part-time with the Goodwill, let me know. Okay, listen. Kanye's been dropped from various major brands over his anti-Semitic comments. You were mentioning this in the last segment, including Adidas, Balenciaga, CAA. I don't know if that's supposed to be like, I don't know, but I'm just, it's outside of my price range. So look, sports stars Jaylen Brown and Aaron Donald also dropped Donda Sports as their agents. Yo, they are, hey.
Hey man, listen, for those that don't know, I used to work for Goodwill. I used to manage Goodwill, right? For quite some years. Of course, you guys know I come from that management paradigm, and my management comes from retail and business, right? So, of course, I landed there for quite a few years. One of the things I want you guys to know, and I said this on my Hieroglyphic podcast, right? But one of the things I want you guys to know is Goodwill's mission, okay? Goodwill's mission is to take those donated treasures. I'm talking just like I'm there. We take those donated treasures because they're your trash becomes our treasures, right? And we take those treasures and we sell it to people at an affordable rate to generate money to send people to school. That's Goodwill's mission.
I didn't even know they were sending people to school.
I know barbers who got their way through barber college from Goodwill. Hell, the actual one of the headquarters for Goodwill, where they operate out of, is connected to Job and Family Services over there on Talmadge.
On Talmadge,
right? I used to have meetings there, so a lot of people don't know this. So Goodwill is taking donated goods, which often turns into treasures, and we take those treasures and put them in places in the stores, the retail stores all around the community, to generate some money to put back into the community. Big ups to Goodwill. Goodwill Internationals is a good company. I was there. The thing that I want you guys to know, sometimes, like Miss Purse suggested, you come across some big treasures. You come across some Louis V. You come across some Yeezys, okay?
Come across some zones in New York.
You definitely do.
What I mean?
Now, historically, once upon a time, we used to have a store. We used to have an operation called Shop Goodwill. Let me tell you what Shop Goodwill is. It's an online eBay kind of service that when we find those treasures at the retail location, or the retail position of the umbrella, we take those things and say, I'm pretty sure with these Yeezys, I can get buku money. I'm sure with these Air Force Ones, I can get a lot of money than the $325 we offering for tennis shoes. So we take those Air Force Ones, brand new looking, or those Michael Jordan shoes, brand new looking, and we take them and we send them to Shop Goodwill, which is like our online eBay. And people bid for them. You get the bigger price. Now you get bigger money. Now you can put back into the community and send these people to school, send these people to barber college, right? So here's, now follow me, feel me before they kill me, y'all. This is dope. I love it, man. This is dope. So Goodwill created what they call Goodwill Blue. You noticed it on the corner of Main Street and stuff. That's the Goodwill Elite Store. That's where they take these stores. Now, you don't have to necessarily be online. You can go into these elite stores where all the name brand stuff is no longer in there, because when you go into a regular Goodwill and you see something like this very affordable mug, okay, $1,000, okay? You see this $1,000 cup, you're like, I'll be damned if I pay for this $1,000 cup. But, we may have this price for $500, which is a good deal, right? Still at Goodwill, people coming in there with that little bitty money. You know what I'm saying? So this is still too high.
Like Purse, like I want a lot of bang for my $20.
So what they do is they take this and send it to Goodwill Blue, which is an elite store, kind of like the Shop Goodwill, but it's the
where
tangible
people
place.
Pay.
And they'll pay that because they know these ain't the, I hate to say it, these ain't the less fortunate. These are the thrifty buyers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, now here's the thing that pisses me off, kind of make me...
No, because it feels like Goodwill needs to call us for a plug.
Right, well...
Okay, so that's... Shouts out to Goodwill.
I know who to call.
Thank y'all very much.
I know who to call.
Goodwill need to... That's enough free promo. Goodwill.
That's enough.
Person said that's enough.
But they doing some dynamic things, so big ups. We all about painting positive images.
Yes.
But here's the thing, though. The thing that is counterproductive is they say we're not going to sell Yeezys.
What they said was, they were quoted. They said, as we strive to maintain the most up-to-date product information on elevated brands available to sell, which I was like, what, Goodwill trying to get off with? And now I'm glad you educated us on the Goodwill Blue and the Shop Goodwill, because otherwise I had no idea that there were places for you to be able to be bougie at the Goodwill. All right. Give me a discount. Okay, so they elevated brands available to sell. They are sensitive to current events and take action when designers and brands do not align with our mission and rise values.
Now, here's what's pissing me off. At the end of the day, it is the less service community that's reaping the benefits from missions like Goodwill. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt, the prognosticators are forecasting that this Yeezy is going to blow up because there's no place to get it.
Yep.
If people are donating to Goodwill, that means the brother Mook Mook, sister Shaniqua, Boom Shika, whoever the hell can reap the benefits from these more affordable Yeezys. Either A, wear them or Shop Mook Mook himself or Shop Shaniqua herself. They're not participating in that.
This is why I love our articles, because it says there's an entire market of people patiently waiting.
And that's what I was going to say. Now, you have some people that have those products and see that this is going on, and they're going to hold on to them. Like when I was trying to hold on to my Cabbage Patch doll, and someone threw it away and tried to tell me I was too grown to have it.
She over it though.
No, I am not. You know how much money I lost off of that orange Cabbage Patch? That's what I'm saying. I had one that was in the box. I cherished the doll because I never thought I was going to get it. I didn't never want to open her. So when it came out with the Cabbage Patch dolls and what they were worth, do you know how hurt I was?
I hear what you're saying. You're saying you could hold those Yeezys or sell them while they're hot right now.
Yes, because you never know what. So I'm taking it as
that's the unopened Star Wars box. That's the Luke Skywalker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. So,
Good point.
So at the end of the day, you know that there's some people that's in the less fortunate community that couldn't afford them when they were a hot commodity, and then you're still withholding them from them the opportunity to get that type of treasure that it may be to them.
So you say
even
maybe
though it's
Goodwill
not,
need to take the Yeezys off of the Blue and off of the Shop Goodwill, maybe throw them into the everyday thrift store so that they can go in the $3.
If they don't care about it.
Yeah, if y'all don't care about it.
And that's what I'm saying.
But you know they do.
So that somebody can get the 350 Yeezys.
Yeah.
If that's what they want to wear.
I mean,
I like that though. That makes sense. If y'all feel like it's such, then put them in there.
How you not going to take them though? Listen, here's what's the BS.
With the Dutch claws.
Here's the BS. I know for a fact that when you get stuff donated, most of the time it comes in the bag. We're not looking in the bag. We just take the donation. Thank you. Bye-bye. Once they leave, you got whatever the hell's in the bag.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to Plato's Closet or something where they're like, we're not going to take them.
No, you take the whole bag, and then once you got them, your processors go through what's in the bag.
So,
we got some Yeezys.
Yeah.
So this is not going to stop.
Right. So how are you going to not accept it?
That's what let me work at Goodwill in peace.
And if you don't want them, they ain't gonna do nothing but throw it to the outlet.
It.
You want me to believe you're gonna put that in the outlet? Ask me what the outlet is.
What's the outlet?
The outlet for Goodwill is the stuff.
Parsley, Scott?
No. It's the stuff that each Goodwill. So you know what Goodwill Shop Blue is, and Goodwill Goodwill Shop and Goodwill Blue is. That's where we take the elite stuff. So the stuff as you searching through the treasures and you taking the good stuff for your store and the great stuff for Shop Goodwill or the Blue, what do you think happens to the stuff that you don't think is good enough for your store? It goes to the outlet.
There's a Goodwill outlet?
Yeah, definitely is a Goodwill outlet.
Hey, man.
And you buy the stuff by the pound. You buy it by the pound.
Goodwill.
Outlet.
Go ahead and call me.
There's a good.
Sound like it's
going down.
Sound like I'm missing out on some opportunities. Okay, so look, hey, we're gonna move on. All right, to what I had the Django, like I have been to say it. Daggone it, Quentin Tarantino dismisses Kanye's claim of coming up with Django Unchained.
Yeah, you said that last week.
That's why I said it was a remake.
You said what?
It was a remake.
You said you put the picture up there? I showed the picture.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all see it?
Yes.
I was like, see, I told y'all. That's just so look. Well, there's no truth that Kanye came up with the idea of Django, he answered before sarcastically adding, and then he told it to me and I go, hey, wow, that's a really great idea. Let me take Kanye's idea and make it Django Unchained. I love a sarcastic asshole. All right. I love it. What? Tell me.
No, I'm just looking at it when it's letting you know exactly what you said in the picture you put up, that the original screenplay for the picture appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel Live on the Thursday Night Live. So, so all we can say is, well, Ye is just making all kind of Ye things. He
made that one up. He just straight up got bonafide called him alive.
Like, Brad, hold on a second. You were talking about the creator of Kill Bill.
Right.
What are we doing here?
What about that one with
that was my idea though.
What's that movie? The eight something with Samuel Jackson. What is it called with the 8? You remember that one? Was that his movie? Quentin Tarantino's movie?
I'm about to say Magnificent.
Yeah, Magnificent 8.
But it was the something 8. It wasn't the Magnificent 8.
Okay, I'm gonna show it right now. don't know what it was.
Look, I'm about to be like Inglorious Bastards. That's not the name of the movie. Okay. So anyway, so he was just like, yeah, that didn't happen, basically. And that's what I'd already said. So apparently Kanye has apologized.
Apologized?
Yeah, he took it back.
Apologize. Oh, you said it backwards.
He apologized.
So smooth.
He apologized.
So smooth.
He intended to say it, but he apologized later about it. You know, watch out. There's some folks looking out like, she didn't apologize to me.
Then we got the
Yes, I did apologize to you. We have several videos available. But I want to go back to the beginning. In a time not so far away. George Floyd's daughter, while we was talking about who wasn't saying what, she said $250 million.
What?
She said $250 million.
The daughter?
George Floyd's daughter said you feel like you got a perpetual knee on your proverbial knee on your neck. He had a real one. Why are you talking about it? But listen, Kanye, call me. Come on to Akron. Come and talk to us here at the Mecca Media Morning Show. You know, at AkronHipHop.com. Yeah. At the Reporter Newspaper Online.com. Yeah. You come to MissPersley.com. You come and talk to us.com. So you can stop tripping.com. You're saying crazy stuff, man. I'll be trying to be there with you. You know what I mean? Because I got your vitals.
Got them on wax.
Come on, man. Stop acting up. Shit. Anyway, George Floyd's daughter plans $250,000. $250,000.
No.
You know I need some money. You know I need some money. Cash App $, personally. No, $250 million lawsuit. Okay? The suit comes after Kanye West's controversial Drink Champs interview. Every time I go to say Drink Champs, it sounds like I was just on the show. Drink Champs. Drink Champs. So after he stated that George Floyd didn't die from convicted police officer Derek Chauvin's knee pressed against his neck for over 9 minutes.
Come on, dude.
So apparently that's not a medical degree. Anyways, so the lawsuit was filed by Roxy Washington. She's the mother of Floyd's daughter, Gianna. The lawsuit includes West, his business partners, and associates for harassment, misappropriation, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress. I can think of a couple adjectives to add on to it. But I'm going to leave it alone and let them talk.
Yeah. So my thoughts on that was, I can't believe he said the things that he said. But did he not think about, too, especially with that community and the things with the police officers, did he not think about the police officer or the lawyer might just bust out and say, maybe we need to go and fight this, even though after Shaba has already, pled guilty to it. But, when you make statements like that or people say things like that, that gives individuals, a way to say, let's try to get this overturned, or especially in your Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? You're this type of influence.
You would have thought that after he'd have learned his lesson after being on TV talking about some George Bush does not care about black people, that he would be a little bit more conscious of the level and gravity and magnitude of the platform that he possesses.
Well, he didn't really lie about that.
I'm not saying he lied. I'm just saying,
but he didn't lie about that.
Backlash. I ain't gonna say that. I don't.
That's why he was able to get over the hump on that backlash, because that
but he still
was not totally a lie.
The initial. I mean,
I'm just saying that was not totally a lie. This right here, what he said, as far as the George Floyd, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, the whole world seen.
But I'm saying the whole world is watching you, yay. That's like people going into Target stealing. You know they got cameras all over the place. Tay, you can't just go and take the jewelry, the good perfume from behind the counter. They gonna catch you, and he knew, but you.
Yeah, but my concern was first of all, there was a slap in the face to our community and what we had to see and witness, even though that, the police have been doing this within the communities forever. It's just before we did not have the social media outlet where everyone can see it, where everyone could witness it. So that was a slap in our face for that. Another thing is too, how would he feel if anyone said anything about his children, who is always on the TikTok
Apparently, he said
and always on social media, and people will have their opinions or have things to say about them. How about if people start to bashing his children or saying things because of what the things that he is saying right now? So I felt like he was very insensitive to this man's family, especially with their loss. So I had an issue with that.
He paid for Homeboy.
Paid for who?
Floyd's burial.
he paid for it. He did.
Who did?
Kanye.
So why would he get on and say that?
He said, well, some people are saying the nerve of you to say anything about what I'm saying when I took care of your business. That's what he's saying. That's what some people are saying he said.
Listen.
Are you serious?
So look though, y'all.
That even making me looking more crooked eye, because if I'm doing something for my brother or for my sister because you going through something and I'm going to be there and do something for you regardless of if you upset or not. I did it because I wanted to do it out the kindness of my house.
She allegedly said something against him and he said the nerves. That's what allegedly is going down.
So listen, allegedly, all right? Just like we not talking about allegedly because Chauvin serving 252 months in prison. But just like Kanye's deals, if y'all don't click and like and hit the subscribe and share, we might be out of here.